WWE fans are back in the stands, and so are the part-timers that WWE needs to keep them there.
I know you ain't just here lurking. Subscribe to Pro Wrestling Bits.
It's the dawn of a new era, as tonight marks the first night that WWE goes back on the road full-time. Ticket sales have been up and down, with the bigger events selling out, like Money in the Bank in Fort Worth, Texas, and SummerSlam in Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Others, not so much. In fact, ticket sales for AEW's Grand Slam event in Flushing Meadows are currently outpacing WWE SmackDown tickets in Madison Square Garden. And ticket sales in many parts of the middle of the country moved slowly when they initially went on sale. With viewership numbers just coming out of another record low slump for 4th of July weekend, WWE is breaking the emergency glass case and going to its tried, true, and temporary formula of part-time stars. Look, if you're looking for me to piss and moan about WWE's problem with part-timers, go somewhere else. I'm tired of playing that song. Plus, there are plenty of places within wrestling that will cry with you. I think we all understand the inherent problems with WWE's part-time pattern, and if they don't care 10 years later, then neither do I. They'll just have to learn the hard way. But to give the Fed a little credit, they've actually been surprisingly solid in booking up-and-coming babyfaces of late. Riddle is in the midst of a program with Randy Orton that'll peak at SummerSlam with either RK Bro winning the tag team championships and finally hitting that pose, or Randy Orton turning on Riddle altogether. Either way, the longer Riddle rubs shoulders with Orton, the better. Damian Priest, a new face despite being almost 40, is trending toward his first United States Championship win against Sheamus, so that's good. And Big E is currently favored to become the first black Money in the Bank winner in WWE history. Plus, WWE fans are back. The shows will be better, the ratings will be up, the sky isn't falling just yet. So I don't know about you, but I'm gonna enjoy this warm and fuzzy feeling for as long as Bruce Pritchard and WWE Creative let me. Think happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts. Anyway, let's get to the honorable mentions of WWE returns to look forward to with the promotion back on the road. I just hope WWE staggers these returns and doesn't burn through them in one weekend for the sake of a pop with no plans for these wrestlers when no. Think happy thoughts, King. Not gonna go full subreddit. Speaking of kings, Keith Lee has been absent due to unknown reasons that sound like they have to do with issues outside of the ring. He should take all the time he needs to get over whatever it is he's going through, because Lee represents the type of up-and-coming big man talent that WWE needs to build around. Yeah, they screwed him up the last time around, but that happened so long ago, his return in a new era of WWE will feel like something of a new lease on life. Like when you get to hit continue after dying in a video game. Shake it off, Ken, you got this. Just shake it off and hit the start button. Bray Wyatt left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths when the rebirth of The Fiend almost instantly led to a shocking WrestleMania loss to Randy Orton. A loss that got booed out of the building, no less, and gave way to whatever the hell Alexa Bliss is doing right now. Look, I f***s with Bray Wyatt because I feel like he's a pro wrestling visionary who thinks outside the box, but to go back to that video game reference, he's running out of continues with me. Hopefully, whatever Bray Wyatt has planned next is as good as The Fiend was in those first couple of months, and more importantly, I hope it doesn't get screwed up. Think happy thoughts. Coming in at number 5 is Goldberg, whose announced return led to the obligatory Twitter meltdown with fans being reminded of WWE's reliance on part-timers. Say what you will about Goldberg, but he's still box office, even after all those times WWE brought him back just to beat him. Goldberg versus Lashley is definitely an attraction, and as long as Lashley ultimately runs through Goldberg, I have no problem with this, because Bobby Lashley has been awesome as a full-time world champion. I mean, it's no Lashley versus Lesnar, but it'll do. John Cena looks to be in line as the next 40-year-old to be fed to Roman Reigns. First Daniel Bryan, then Edge, then probably Cena. I swear, this Roman Reigns storyline is beginning to remind me of Hot Tub Time Machine, where Reigns has to travel to different eras of wrestling to defend his title. But to be honest, I kind of felt cheated out of Roman Reigns versus John Cena last time around at No Mercy 2017, where Reigns was outclassed in promos and they just had one match at a secondary pay-per-view. With Reigns now at the peak of his powers in WWE and John Cena a certified A-list Hollywood star, this is gonna feel like the blockbuster Roman Reigns versus John Cena match that can move the needle in ways that Roman Reigns versus Cesaro didn't. Cesaro, ugh. Whenever Brock Lesnar is done slaughtering cows with his bare hands, I actually can't wait for him to come back. There's a storyline that writes itself with Lesnar and Reigns going head to head and Paul Heyman stuck in the middle. Having said that, Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks was also a story that wrote itself, the boss versus the best, and WWE decided to tear that story up in favor of comedy. Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal is a story that writes itself given their past, and WWE decided to randomly throw in a motorcycle to sell merchandise. Hell, no story wrote itself more than Bret Hart versus Vincent f***ing McMahon, yet that got off the beaten trail as well. Fake car accident and all. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I can't wait for Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in a Firefly Funhouse match with Paul Heyman banned from ringside. Wow, this Happy Thoughts thing is much harder than it sounds. Becky Lynch is rumored to return as the man or the mom and is said to be in tremendous shape. This one particularly excites me because WWE's women's division is in desperate need of not only star power but bodies in general. As little as 6 women were on the SmackDown roster in recent weeks, and it shows. Also, after initially chasing a world title, Becky Lynch could also be used to get over some of the recent call-ups like Shotzi, Nox, and even Aaliyah. And then there's Dwayne, the biggest star to ever participate in pro wrestling. This is where all roads will lead when it's time to pay off Roman Reigns' head of the table storyline, and Roman Reigns had better win. Roman Reigns winning will not only be good news for Reigns himself as a full-time champion, it'll be even better news if WWE were to pull the trigger on an up-and-coming full-timer who could eventually beat Reigns. Otherwise, if plans call for The Rock to beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 38, WWE may never get from up under these part-time stars. What returns would make you the happiest? Tell me in the comments, and welcome back.